An island called Run, located in Banda, may not be too familiar or popular among Indonesians. Little did we know that this island also witnessed the first ever slavery and genocide in this country, in Indonesia, as captured in the documentary feature called Banda, the Dark Forgotten Trail. Present with us today is Subyakto and Sheila Timothy, producer and director of this documentary features. Welcome to The Perspective.
Thank you for having us.
Let's go with the first one. Why Banda? What makes the region so special for Indonesia and the world, if you may?
Yeah, well, actually the idea came when I was visiting a exhibition about spice route, and there's one sentence that really triggered us, that it stated that actually the Silk Road was present because of the spice route. And I myself was really embarrassed that as an Indonesian I didn't know about the history. That's why I think it's very important to talk about the idea, to reveal about the history and share it to the millennials, to the youngsters, so they know about the history and they can be proud of what we became as a nation, as Indonesia.
So true, so true. Jai, you have anything to add to that? Anything also special about the region, Banda, to begin with?
Yes, I think Bandanera is like the first thing that the world know about Indonesia before it was formed as a nation. So like Christopher Columbus was looking for this island, not looking for America, and then all the Portuguese, the Spaniards, and then the English, all are looking for this island to get the nutmeg, the magic of nutmeg. So it's like it's really a place that people want to go and want to conquer after that. So I think it's very important because this is the first thing that the international world know about this beautiful archipelago nation which called Indonesia, and then we know that 17,000 island was and then formed into a big nation that called Indonesia.
Yeah.
After you stumbled upon the idea, how did it trigger into, okay, let's do a film and a documentary film? Because it's, this cooperation is your first ever in also working as a documentary features, and Jai's first full-length film.
Yeah.
What triggered this synergy?
Like I explained just now, is actually we want to explain about the spice route, but the idea is too big, too large. So we have to focus on one thing. Film has a limitation. We have a duration limitation, so we have to talk probably around 1.5 minutes about what we want to explain. So that's why after I met writer Irfan Ramli, we discussed a lot of things, and we decided that Banda could be the place, because in Banda everything started and everything collapsed in there too. So colonialization is actually happens in Banda, but the idea of nation also happened in there because 4 of our founding father was exiled to Banda. Yeah. That's why, and Banda also have a historical buildings still intact in there, so we can talk about that and explain more. So the film is not only talking about nutmeg as a spices, but also us as a nation also.
So the most proper approach to tell the story would be documentary features, right? Because you have a lot of things to cover. Yeah. How did the preparation start? I mean, again, it's not close from Jakarta, not close from home, logistic-wise. Could you share us a little bit about the preparations?
Yeah, we decided it has to be, from the moment I decided that we have to make a film about Banda and Spice Route, I think we need to make a documentary feature, not a fiction, because a lot of things to explain, and we need to explain that to the Indonesians. So after discussing with Mas Jai, a lot of things. I mean, a lot of difficulties in pursuing the ideas because of the infrastructure, the remote island, and all that. Yeah.
As a director, how did you prepare for this first ever project? And this is also personal, if I may add.
Yeah, I was really struck when Lala called me, and then she said, "Let's do you want to make a movie about Banda, and this is going to be a documentary." So I was like, is it a coincidence or not? Because 1 year before, I went to Banda by myself with my friends to learn about Banda, to see all the historical place, and then my uncle was Muhammad Hatta, so I want to see the place that he was exiled. And then when Lala told me that, I said, I didn't answer directly, because for me it's really hard. I mean, this is going to be my first movie, and this is a documentary. We have documentary need a lot of literature references and everything. And then I know that all documentaries that I saw is really boring. So how can I do this to fulfill the younger generation? Because what I'm really sad is that in history class they didn't taught us about this thing, about the first colonialization happened in Banda, the first genocide, the first slavery, even capitalism was formed in Indonesia at that time, around 1511, when the Portuguese came, and then they fight with the Dutch, and then the England, and then what happened now, and we know that 31st of July is the Breda Treaty, 350,000 of the Breda Treaty, when Rune was exchanged with Manhattan, New York. So it's a lot of stories and a lot of things that really connect with the situation in Indonesia today.
Okay. You mentioned a lot of interesting things, but we will go to address them later, to elaborate more on the perspective right after the break. Stay with us on The Perspective.